Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, J-Bird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
It's Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Hassle Castle and your favorite show, Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. J-Bird, T-Roy. Jay, do you like pickles?
I do like pickles.
Like a big full pickle, or like little sliced pickles that you have in your burger? Like, how do you enjoy your pickle? Any type of pickle whatsoever?
I'm not so big on sweet pickles.
What's a sweet pickle?
It's a little bit smaller.
Okay.
And it's sweeter, and like my father would always say, I'm sweet enough as it is. You know, like when you get the iced tea, like you want sugar with that? No, I'm sweet enough as it is. I like dill pickles.
I use that line when they ask me if I want dessert. I always tell them I'm sweet enough already.
Yeah, I get it. I do like dill pickles, and I actually like them full. But I'll eat them.
You don't want them quartered.
I'll eat it if it comes that way. But
it's a Vlasic pickle.
Yeah, but if I get if I get the choice, I would rather have it whole.
See, I don't like a pickle like that, but I like pickles on my hamburgers. I like the sliced pickles on my burger
as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Why is that?
I just saw a picture of pickle right before we went on air, and I was wondering. And it said Midwesterners like pickles. It says, look at that.
I do not like dill pickle sunflower seeds.
Okay.
And I don't actually like any flavored sunflower seeds. So I won't do a ranch. I won't do a barbecue. I won't do taco flavor. I just straight sunflower seeds.
You know how I like my sunflower seeds?
What?
Already out of the shell, in the bag, unsalted.
No.
What do you mean? No?
I could never do that.
Why not?
Because I just couldn't. But yeah, they can pick it. Yes, I like in the shell. Yeah, the whole thing.
I don't like the shell part. I'm working too hard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
I like someone doing the work for me.
I'm very good at the sunflower seeds.
I know you're a big sunflower seed.
I was impressed with my daughter when she now can throw them in her mouth and she can crack it in her mouth and spit out the shells and then eat the seed. She's 11. I'm proud of her.
It's talent.
It is talent. Yeah.
I mean, it always used to amaze me. People that could do that. I'm like, I can't do this. It's
no.
bothering me.
Guess the difference is you didn't ride the bench. I did. So that's what you do. A lot of games.
I probably rode the bench more than I thought. But yeah.
All right. We were off yesterday for the White Sox, even though they got postponed. We were already scheduled off, so we just kept it off. You know, what do you do, right?
Hey, they put a red X on our calendar.
That's right.
I didn't.
That's what happened. So anyway, that was yesterday. Just kind of do a little bit of housekeeping thing here. Yesterday was Lou Gehrig Day in Major Leagues.
Yeah.
And a big deal. It was the inaugural Lou Gehrig Day. If you want to, you can go to ESPN1170am.com. I wrote a little bit about it. The history behind it is really, really cool. There was a guy who he was a country western singer, but his name was Brian Wayne Galentine. They called him B. Wayne. Mm-hmm. And loved baseball. Like, grew up playing baseball, played, I think, at the University of Virginia. Always wanted to play in the bigs, never did. But he was a storyteller. Well, he ended up getting ALS, Lou Gehrig disease. Yep. And it is a very incredible story about how, as he's doing things and he's trying to get along with life, because it's a neurological disease that affects your muscles, your voluntary muscles. So basically, it's anywhere from between like 2 to 4 years, you start to lose things like, holding a pencil, to even like swallowing, but your brain is still there. Right. I mean, you're deteriorating, but you notice these things. You know what I'm saying? You're going into paralysis in the slowest possible way that you could. Wretched disease. So he's kind of, and if you listen to Lou Gehrig's speech, all right, and you go back on it, and you actually read about ALS and what he's going through, and at the time not really knowing too much. But the way he's talking about, today, I consider myself the luckiest man in the world. But he talks more and more to a privilege to be with these fine-looking gentlemen, and how much he's appreciative of life. And kind of this guy was the same way. And So he kind of approached this B. Wayne guy. He kind of approached the day every day like, I'm going to do something. And he started his own motto. One day his wife comes home from work, and he's got like 24 cracked eggs all over the place in the kitchen. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I want to make the perfect omelet. I want to learn how to make the perfect omelet. And that became his motto. What's your omelet? Every day he was trying to do something. Till eventually he got into, how come we don't have a Lou Gehrig Day? And this actually started in like 2008, and it stalled after about 7 or 8 teams. And so he was pushing like, why don't we have this? Why don't we have a Lou Gehrig Day? And he got a hold of some other people, and that through ALS, and they started this, what you would call like, this working thing to do this. And going back to 2008, let's also remember the 2014 Ice Bucket Challenge, which got awareness to this as well. So. He kept calling Major League Baseball teams, and he got to like 8 or 9, and then it just stalled. And he was beside himself. He was almost obsessed. Like, why won't people get on board with this? Until eventually we now have Lou Gehrig Day. It will be every day on June 2nd, and the importance of June 2nd is the day that he took over when Wally Pipp sat out as the first baseman of the New York Yankees. June 2nd also happens to be the same day he passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
And June 2nd is 2 good friends' birthdays.
Really?
Nick Toffanelli.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And my good friend Matt Jameson.
Yeah,
so both of them, I wish them both a happy birthday.
So it was Lou Gehrig Day, and there is no cure for the ALS. This was 80 years ago that Lou Gehrig passed away. So there was all kinds of things. In the 4th inning, stadiums played a video of former NFL player Steve Gleason reciting parts of Lou Gehrig's Luckiest Man speech. The thing about that, though, is ALS stole Gleason's ability to speak. So, but thanks to Google's Project Euphonia, his voice will echo throughout the yard. So that, this is you get to see this in the 4th inning and everything. There was obviously a patch for ALS, and that's was his number. There was like red wristbands if they chose to wear it. They were raising money all over. You could buy T-shirts as well, and then MLB is going to release its first official NFT. Those are those digital trading cards.
Yep.
On July 4th. It's a one-of-one digital version of the speech itself. All the proceeds, they're going to auction that off. All the proceeds are going to go to ALS charities.
Oh, that's going to be...
Yeah.
That thing's going for millions.
I think.
Right?
Yeah, it's at first a one-of-one digital version of the speech. Yep.
That's going for millions.
Yep. So...
Speaking of baseball, too, how about them Cubbies?
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be excited about this baseball season, Jay. And look what it did.
So remember when we were on the air on Tuesday, and I said, when was the last time? And when I was looking at June 2008, I went back throughout Baseball Reference, thankfully to them. And again, you can go to ESPN1170am.com, read that. The last time the White Sox and the Cubs were in first place on June 1st was, in fact, 2008.
Well, you know what I want now?
What's that?
I want a Chicago World Series.
Yeah?
I don't know if it's going to happen. But
I got one for you. Now that you mention it, okay.
But they're beating the hell out of the Padres. How are they doing it? I don't get it. At the beginning of the year, I thought this team is just not going to be very good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But baseball's a weird sport. You cannot. It is so unlike other sports, whereas teams that it can be loaded with all kinds of talent. Yankees, for example, they've been buying talent for a long time, and it always doesn't gel out. Sometimes you don't have the chemistry, right?
Yep. Well, the Cubs, according to Baseball Reference, as of June 1st, had a 7.4% chance to win the NL pennant.
Okay.
The White Sox have a 31% chance to win the AL pennant.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Look at that. That's the Jeff I used at the end of my article there on ESPN 1170 AM. I'm telling you there's a chance. That's right.
Guy like you and a girl like me.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you there's a chance. So, what they're doing, they're playing. And I even said this the other day. Their schedule's not easy. They have the Padres again. They have the Giants twice this month as well. We'll see a lot of what these teams like. I'll tell you there's a big reason behind it. Look out. I'm telling you, look out. What? Look out, Bryce Harper.
Well, look out! What do you mean, Bryce Harper?
I didn't tell you. Didn't I tell you this? No, I didn't text you this the other day.
You're the only one that cares about Bryce. What do you do?
No. There's something new.
Okay.
Do you know what rhymes with Patrick Wisdom?
Bryce Harper's business? I don't know.
Is handsome. Yeah. He's the reason the Cubs are getting out there. Patrick Wisdom. I like to call him Johnny Wisdom, but now I just call him Handsome Wisdom or Patrick Handsome Wisdom.
Erickson says the Cubs are just special.
They are special. But that Patrick Wisdom,
He's got
like a little Bryce Harper haircut. He got a little flare going on in the back.
Yeah, you're falling in love with this kid.
So Bryce is on the IL. This is what you call a side piece for a little bit. Now that Bryce is on the IL.
Oh, you kids out there listening, just wait a few years and ask your parents what that means.
Yeah. We don't. Some other things to talk about. June 2nd, yesterday, again, we weren't on the air. 1935, Babe Ruth retired from baseball.
We got the picture hanging up in studio.
Mm-hmm. So even though he began his career with the Red Sox and became a Yankee legend, but his final season at age 40 was with the Boston Braves. He was a part-time player, and he wanted to be a manager. He wasn't very good at it, though. So 86 years ago yesterday, that's what happened. Also around the world of sports, basketball. T-Roy, follow along here.
I'm with you. I'm paying attention, sort of.
Yesterday, the Dallas Mavericks beat the Clippers 105-100 in L.A. Dallas leads the series 3-2. The Hawks went into Madison Square Garden, beat the Knicks 103-89 to win that series 4-1. Trae Young took a bow to the crowd.
I did hear about that. He really likes poking that bear, doesn't he?
His response was pretty good.
I heard something like, "Hey, all great performers bow at the end of it."
He said, "I'm familiar with the city. I know there's a lot of theaters around the city, and they put on performances. And when they're done with those performances, those great performers put on a bow. So I thought it was only fitting." Hey, kid, you're not wrong.
No, he's not.
Kudos to you.
Pretty funny.
Kudos
You're
to you.
a Knick fan. You do not like him.
No, not one bit.
He is just your arch nemesis.
The Philadelphia 76ers beat the Wizards 129-112. They win the series 4-1. And the Utah Jazz beat the Grizzlies 126-110. The Jazz win that series 4-1. Games tonight, you've got, because we've got the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers. That's the night game. And the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers will be the early game. Both will be on TNT. Lakers they're in the middle of a must-win situation. They're down 3-2. They did not have a good game the other night. I think they were down by 30 at halftime.
God, I hope they get beat.
I actually really do. I had this conversation with friend Roy at the fitness center today, and he said they're going to win. I said, I don't know. I said, I tell you what, the other starting four besides LeBron need to do more than get 11 points collectively. He did not have a good night. They were off. He said that he did say we got our asses kicked, but he also kind of likened it to as like acting like it was a preseason game, and they're just trying to. And Reggie Miller even said, alluded to that they were just trying to survive and hope that Anthony Davis is healthy and can come back for game 6 or 7. That being said,
if you call the guy LeBum, I mean, people are out there calling him LeBum. I mean, seriously,
who is?
I saw it on Twitter. It was trending, LeBum.
Well, let me tell you the other thing.
And I'm just like, listen, whether you hate him or not, he's not a bum.
No,
he's one of the better players that ever played the game. But this alludes to my argument. Then, if he is better than Jordan, he better not have a nickname LeBum, part of his nicknames. I mean, Jordan didn't have that. There was never question of Jordan's heart or anything like that. But no, stop it with calling him LeBum. I'm not with that. I don't think it's right, but
he's sorry. He's getting up there with age, and he's not going to. He said earlier in the year this is one of the worst injuries he's had dealing with, that high ankle sprain. He also said, that the whole quote unquote freight train LeBron thing coming. He said that's never going to happen again, and he proved it on Game 5. So here's the other one. That's the nickname though.
Okay.
Charles Barkley, Anthony Davis.
What did he call him? I saw
okay,
something.
so
I can't remember. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. And Shaq told him, like, hey, calm down. And then Dan Patrick was talking about the next day, and Dan Patrick's got a good point. But Charles Barkley said he called him Street Clothes Davis. And then Shaq was like, huh? I think Ernie Johnson was like, what? And he goes, that's the only time I ever see him. He's in street clothes. Dude, not wrong.
That's hilarious.
It's really good. So then Dan Patrick the next day is like, this is, and it was trending. He's like, this is something that could stick. If Anthony Davis comes back and plays 6 or 7, bad wheel or not, and leads him to the next round, well, he solidifies himself as like a solid NBA player, teammate, everything else. If he doesn't, that nickname sticks. And DP is dead on.
Do you think next time he sees Charles, he's mad at him for calling him Street Clothes Davis?
Well, okay, but you have something like Joel Embiid, who credits Barkley and Shaq for questioning his work ethic. And so in the postseason, he like upped his game, and now look where he is. He's an MVP candidate. So maybe sometimes you can listen to these guys. Yeah, it's funny and everything else.
If you take it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't let it hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. All right. Street clothes.
Mm-hmm. So
that'd be like someone calling Jay backwards hat.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up, B-hat?
What's up, B-hat? In the baseball world, like you said, the Cubs beat the Padres 6-1. Again, Jerickson Profar, man. Just let the ball bounce in front of you. You're trying to make too many diving plays.
I just am amazed at what's going on. Are you talking about the one with Rizzo?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, they just destroyed them.
Oh, they just hit the ball.
And then
everywhere.
they had another guy pitching last 2 innings of relief, I believe. Another hippie with a mullet for the Cubs. Just fire and heat. It's crazy. I literally at the beginning of the year, everybody that listened to the show, I was like just downtrodden when it came to baseball. I couldn't care less for the most part. Rooting for the Padres, whatever. Just I thought they are still pretty damn good, even though the Cubs are beating them. But the fact that the Cubs are even in this spot is amazing to me. I mean, the beginning of May, Jay, they're down. They're 5 back. I figured, they're going to be 10 back by the end of the month. To be where they're at is amazing. So if you're a Cub fan, ride it ride Who knows if it lasts? I don't know.
They've got this,
but something's happening there, and the players feel it, right? You get that sense. I mean, you got Rizzo saying, "Yeah, this team's really starting to come together with what it can be," and there's just like, it's that whole adage. There's really nobody special on the starting bump, right? But it's just this combination of dudes with an attitude in the bullpen.
They are 11-3 in the last 15 days. 11-3. They now have a 1.5 game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals, the 4th best record in the National League. The other 3 best records all belong in the National League West.
Yeah.
So they have a better record than the Mets that are leading the NL East. The White Sox still are leading the Central. They're up 2.5 games over Cleveland. And
they have the best record in AL, or is it still Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay's got it. Yeah, they're 35-22, and they have the 2nd best record in baseball right now. So yesterday the Mets beat the Diamondbacks on the road 7-6. Orioles beat the Twins 6-3. Yankees at home over the Rays 4-3. Toronto Blue Jays, are they up in Buffalo now? Finally, I think they are 6-5 winners over the Miami Marlins. Nationals over the Braves on the road 5-3. Rockies beat the Rangers 6-3. Astros over the Red Sox 2-1. Dodgers 14. Cardinals 3. Yeah. And Oakland shuts out the Mariners on the road. We're looking at 1, 2, 3. Only 3 out of 10 teams, road teams, won yesterday. So maybe something you might want to be looking to if you're looking at any type of lines today, because games are starting. As a matter of fact, one's going on right now. The Nationals at Atlanta Braves, and another one because that started at 12:05. The Rays and the Yankees. Garrett Cole's on the mound, 6-2 on the year, 1.78 ERA for the Yankees. Boston at Houston will be a 1:10 first pitch at 2:10. Texas Rangers and the Rockies will begin play. Then the rest are all night games starting at 6 o'clock. Miami at Pittsburgh. Arizona at Milwaukee. The White Sox will play host to the Tigers. Minnesota against the Royals in AL Central game. Cardinals will have the Reds. Gotta get a little break from that West Coast stuff. Now they get to be home. The Angels in Seattle, and the Cubs go to San Francisco. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here. I know I told you about their records, but let's take a look at it.
If you're going to San Francisco, Jay, don't forget to bring a flower in your hair.
The first place in the National League West, San Francisco. So they knocked out the Padres from the first place in the West. Now they're going to San Francisco. 34 wins, 21 losses for San Francisco Giants. 32 wins, 23 losses for the Cubs. They are going to the Giants. That'll be an 8:45 first pitch. And the Mets and the Padres will play tonight. First pitch will be at 9:10. We've got a lot to get to and more. When we come back, we've got to call Jake from Elite Sportsbook and see what things they got going on. But we'll be right back here. Don't hassle us, we're local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
Front Street Brewery, everyone, is the oldest brew pub in Iowa and has been doing it all since 1992 here in our very own downtown Davenport. Remember, they got great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the Cherry Bomb Blonde. You can find all their food and drink specials on Facebook or go to the webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. Please try them out today. Great food, great beer at Front Street Brewery. The restaurant is at 208 East River Drive in the tap room at the Freight House Complex.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
From the gridiron to the 9-iron, experience the thrill of the game anywhere in Iowa with Elite Sportsbook. You can now sign up for Elite Sportsbook on your phone anywhere in Iowa and receive your first bet risk-free, up to $500. Just visit EliteSportsbook.com to create an account, and your first bet is on us, up to $500. It's time to play your game with Elite Sportsbook. For a limited time only, valid only in Iowa. Must be 21. Visit EliteSportsbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
Astute observation, Private. Astute.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice, meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
It's time for summertime savings at Tyson's now through June 6th. Save 10% on Skechers women's activewear, Fox Racing apparel, and shorts from Lee, Full Blue, Dickies, and Key. Save $2 on select dog and cat food from Hill's Science Diet and 10% on Wildology dog food. And don't forget, we'll match any advertised price on pet food. Shop these savings in-store and online. Tyson's, home, farm, auto.
Come on into Tyson's, more for you.
Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Past results do not guarantee future performance.
Traders, listen up. As life in America starts to return to normal, are you looking for the best trading opportunities? With the current real estate market, the rise of crypto, and the volatility of tech stocks, it's virtually impossible to guess what will happen next. With Vantage Point, you don't have to. Text the word money to 813-813 to learn how our technology analyzes over 1 million data points per day. Text the word money to 813-813 so you can learn how to predict market trends up to 3 days in advance with incredible accuracy. Whether you're trading stocks, options, forex, futures, or crypto, Vantage Point's patented artificial intelligence can give you a massive edge. Text money to 813-813 to find out how to maximize your gains. Text the word money to 813-813 to learn how to use the volatility to your advantage. Don't wait. Text the word money to 813-813 now.
Go to VantagePointSoftware.com for terms, conditions, and privacy policy.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Other than recently hosting Jeopardy, the Packers haven't seen Aaron Rodgers since the NFC Championship loss to the Buccaneers. Head coach Matt LaFleur would love to see Rodgers next week at their mandatory minicamp, but said Wednesday, quote, "I've got nothing to update on that situation. I don't know. We'll see come Tuesday." Andy Dalton spent 9 seasons as the Bengals QB1. The Bears promised him the starting job, then drafted Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields in the first round. Dalton said Wednesday that his mindset hasn't changed and that he'll do everything he can to help the Bears win a lot of games. Falcons' new head coach Arthur Smith would like some answers regarding Julio Jones. Wednesday, Smith was asked if he expects Jones to be at mandatory minicamp next week. His response? We'll see what happens next week. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Celebrate Dad all month at Napa with the Evercraft 100-piece screwdriver set for $19.99. To a regular person, that might seem like an excessive number of screwdrivers. But to Dad, that's just being prepared, like buying a paper map in case the GPS goes rogue. That's the Evercraft 100-piece screwdriver set for $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations while supplies last. Offer ends 6/30/21.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
How about tech that lets me work hands-free and wireless?
Also possible. Staples Connect has the innovative tech you need to work and learn from home. And now, Apple AirPods are just $129, and AirPods Pro are only $199. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or at staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N65, limit 2, in-store only.
All the sports you need, all in one place. Get them all right here on the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, Hassle Maniacs. This is your favorite show, Don't Hassle So Local, AM 1170. About ready to call Jake
from the Elite Sports Book.
Here. Yep.
Yeah, we've got. We still have a lot of things to talk about, and then we're going to have a guest in the second hour, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I feel bad for Jake. He does not know what's about to hit him.
Why? What are you doing to him?
Well, I got a lot of questions that he's not. I'd like to throw things at him. He doesn't even know what's going to.
You didn't prep him.
I did not prep him for anything. We're going to talk about Elite Sportsbook. I don't think he gets
paid enough to deal with
I don't think he likes when I throw him these curveballs, but hey, you know what? It's all about us.
He's got a young kid at home.
Yeah.
Taking up a lot of his focus and attention.
He wants to talk about Elite Sportsbook. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Rhythm City because we got some things that we got to be cooking here. Because in, let's see, about 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's Sunday night. We're going to have, on the show, via radio, I'm going to make this happen. We're going to have some guys from Motown, Philly calling in. And that's what he doesn't know.
Are they back again?
That he doesn't know that, so I'm going to tell him.
Are they doing a little East Coast thing?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I asked this question. I was talking to somebody about this, and I was like, because they're like, what are you going to have and talk to them about? I'm like, well, I'm going to talk to them about sports, and then, get them off their usual thing about like, oh, how was One Fine Day with Mariah Carey, blah, blah, blah. But I am going to ask him, that song Motown Philly? Mm-hmm. I am going to ask him if that's a true story. When Michael Bivens comes in, he's like, 4 guys wanted to sing. They came up to him and say, what's your name, boys and men? Hey, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, I said, all right, fellas, let's see what you can do. I'm going to ask him when we have him, is that a true story? Or have I been lied to now for 30 years of my life? That's what I'm saving for my big question for Boys to Men when I get them on the radio.
Only you would have a specific question.
It's a very specific question. I want to know if it's true. Yeah. So we're going to call him. I mean, we're not calling Boys to Men. We're calling Jake. But I'm going to say, like, Jake, let's speed this up. They got to do some radio promos.
I'm still waiting for Pat Sajak. I've been holding out for Pat Sajak.
They cost a lot of money.
What about Ice Cube? Big 3? I want Ice Cube.
I want to get Ice Cube. I'm going to try.
Because I have questions about if it's a good day or not. Today was a good day?
Yes. If he doesn't answer.
Does he still enjoy breakfast with no hog?
Oh, yeah. Mama cooked the breakfast, no hog, yeah. Why do we always whisper every time?
This is Jake.
Jake, hey, welcome to the show, buddy.
How's it going, guys?
You know what? We got a lot of stuff for you. So are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down. Yeah.
Are you
Good
wearing?
for you.
Did you bring an extra pair of socks to work today? Because we're about to knock your socks off, buddy.
Let's hear it.
Okay, I don't know really if that's the thing or not.
And by we, it's Jay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do mine.
Anyway, how are things going at Elite Sportsbook, my friend?
Things are going great. We're gearing up this weekend for next weekend for the big UFC fight.
Mm-hmm.
We've got promotions going on for the playoffs this weekend on the site. So that started today. And yeah, we're just moving along here. The app's going well. We're getting some good feedback and working on version 2. And then just kind of a reminder, we added an extra payment option, direct acquires. You can directly pay with your debit card now without having to go through a third party. So
All right.
a lot of fun stuff going on.
What about the Mayweather-Paul fight?
I think I was going to get to that, but I think because it's more of an exhibition, Elite Sportsbook doesn't do it. But it's a great question. Are you guys doing anything with the Mayweather-Paul fight?
We're not. Nope. And you're right. Yeah, but it is an exhibition, and we reached out to the regulators, and they said no, not according to the state rules. And then also it was on a Sunday night, so we couldn't accept wagers Sunday night. It was pretty expensive, so we decided to pass.
Okay. Oh, and to show it, you mean?
Yes. Yep,
Yeah.
To show it.
Yeah, because it's going to be on Sunday night, which, by the way, I'm not watching this at all. So I have zero interest
Is it
in
on
this thing.
what, Showtime?
No, it's pay-per-view. Even though it's at Showtime, it's pay-per-view, but it doesn't matter. So, all right, let's talk about some of the promotions you got going on, my friend. Because I took advantage of over your weekend. You had Memorial Day weekend. It was $25 for a 3-leg parlay, or up to $25, and then you got a free bet. So I took advantage of that over the weekend. That was over the weekend. Not saying that's going on right now. It was $25. It had to be at least a 3-leg parlay, and then you'd get $25 in free bets. That was over the weekend that you guys put out there. What else do you have going on here?
Yeah, we're doing a promotion for the NBA playoffs this weekend, the 3rd to the 6th. So if you wager $100 or more on any NBA playoff game, we'll give you a $10 free bet, and then you can take advantage of that promotion 5 times this weekend. So if you're planning on betting NBA playoffs, you can bet with us, and we'll give you essentially 10% back on your wager.
Yeah, and like you said, 5 times. So, and the beauty of that, for those out there who are familiar with gambling, it's not just the spread. You can bet money line, you can bet the total as well. I think some people kind of feel like if they feel like they have to bet the spread as well, but it clearly says that it can be on the money line, and money line is just a team to win. You're not going to win as much as if you bet the spread. But sometimes you feel just confident that a team's going to win, and you'll get $10 back. And then let's say you win a little bit of money there on money line, then you do it again, and you can do it up to getting $50 in free bets. So that's a great promotion.
Hey, Jake.
Exactly.
Are you guys doing any odds on All-Star ballot, like who's going to be named out to the All-Star game? Is there anything like that going on?
It's still in the works with the risk team, but I can ask them and get back to you for sure next
voting
week.
started today.
Okay.
So
when you talk to them, Jake, actually then just plant the seed about home run derby odds. Then they won't announce that for a while. I know it's going to be a quick turnaround, but if they can, because that's another thing that's people will have fun doing. They can go to Draft Day Lounge and watch that there, and they can gamble on it that night to who's going to win the home run derby. Those are the type of things like, yeah, just plant the seed there and see what happens, right?
Perfect. Yep, I'm taking notes right now.
All right. So yeah, the UFC's coming up, and their playoff action. I do like that. Get $100. Bet $100, get $10 free. Like I said, I took advantage of the last offer. Real quick, I want to do a couple things. I want to zig a little bit, and then we'll come back to Elite Sportsbook. Okay?
All right. Yep, no problem.
Hold on to your socks.
Yeah, hold on your socks, buddy. Last time you were in studio, I think, or maybe on the air, on the radio, we have talked about this, but we are just a few 3.5 weeks away from Boys to Men being at Rhythm City Casino.
See,
I don't think there's any laughing thing or whatever.
It is something.
I'm holding on to my socks over here.
Yeah. Now I know that Boys to Men will not be in the Quad Cities like the 24th of June, the 25th. They're not going to be here hanging out for 4 or 5 days before they perform.
I heard they were going to Pints
on June 27th, which is a Sunday night. But, Jake, talk to some people at Rhythm City and say, we should be doing a little bit more marketing for this concert, and they should probably call into this radio show and be like, I know it's sports, but they know their music, and I'm sure the guys from Boys to Men would like to talk a little bit of sports too, and they can promote the show. We would really like to talk to Boys to Men if that would be possible, just for, maybe 10, 15 minutes of their time. Just, it doesn't matter. They could, all three of them could be on. I know you're going to think 4, but one's not with them right anymore. It could be one. It could be all 3 on a conference call. It doesn't matter. I just think that it'd be fun to talk to somebody from Boys to Men.
It could be one Boy to Men, or
or all 3 Boys to Men. Yeah,
Boys to Men. Okay.
I just think we need to, we'll promote it a little bit more. It's June 27th. See what I'm doing right here, Jake? June 27th at the Rhythm City Room. Yeah, I'm sure there's something.
Into the CEO's office after this, and see what I can do.
See.
Jay.
It'd be
so much a lie.
Yeah, no. I think at that point, I think we might be even into the Western Conference Finals, if not the NBA Finals. You could probably make a bet too on that night, and then you could go watch a concert, and then maybe if it's a West Coast game, you could, after the concert's over, you could go and watch the rest of the game. So I think we can parlay this. See what I'm doing here? See what I'm doing here?
Oh, he says parlay.
Yeah, we can parlay this into something.
Big gambling terms.
Yeah. One more thing.
Oh, my God.
Again, go march right in that CEO's office and say, I have a strong relationship with these guys.
He's got a young kid.
Yeah, no, he does not need this
doesn't
headache.
need to get fired today because of you, Jay.
He does not need this
Hey,
headache.
it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
That's right. And then the big announcement that you guys released today at Rhythm City, that in September, WWE legend and Hall of Famer Mick Foley is going to be at the Rhythm City Room, the Rhythm Room.
Mm-hmm.
So,
are you a big Foley fan?
Oh, well, I mean, who isn't?
Are the Kennedys gun shy?
Yeah. Well, all right.
What?
I mean, it'd be fun. It again doesn't have to come in studio. Doesn't hurt. But he could always just call. I mean, he wants to promote a show. He wants to sell some tickets, right?
Right.
You want to sell some tickets. The Rhythm City wants to. I mean, what's 10, 15 minutes with... The thing is, listen.
There's no way Jake still has his socks on right now.
Hold on a second. If Mick Foley hears that, we have had Ric Flair on the air. WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair on the air.
We did.
We've had WWE Hall of Famer Booker T
and
on the air.
Strowman.
And then,
oh wow!
And we've had Braun Strowman on the air. I think Mick will be like, legit, I'm in. Sign me up. How come I'm just now hearing of these guys? That should have been the selling point of coming to the.
There with the last sock.
There with the last.
The last sock just flew off.
You know what, Jade? Like I said, I'll go right in after this and see what I can do for you.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Jake is such a good friend to you.
I know. The thing is, he can hear the enthusiasm in my voice, and he's like, "I'm not letting that guy down."
I mean, the entire Quad Cities can hear the enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not letting that guy down." Boys to Men, Mick Foley on ESPN Radio makes sense to me.
God, 18 to 20-year-old Jay is just ecstatic right now.
What?
I can
I
hear
was 14 when Boys to Men Motown Philly came out.
Were you? All right.
15.
I was
15.
giving you credit.
Yeah, 15. So, yeah, 30 years ago, Motown Philly came out.
Excited.
Heck yeah. The thing about it, when I just realized that it's Sunday, June 27th, I thought I was going to have to miss the concert because I would be at State for softball. Now I realize I'll be coming back. I'll make it there for the show. I might ask, if you listen, Jake, we can talk to Boys to Men. I might end up being a backup dancer. Who knows?
He is an insanely good dancer, though, Jake. There's no doubt about that.
All right. Jake, let's talk more about Elite Sportsbook and everything else. Obviously, another thing, your deposit online on the app?
Yes.
Perfect. Good job.
You like it?
I do, yes. Good job to you guys.
Perfect.
There's no more going to in between and kind of where it's in flux where your money is, and it can be, you're trying to figure out why it's not in your account. And good job on that. It works out great. Also, little things to point out that you can do is that, go to the PGA. I always encourage everyone to go to elitesportsbook.com and navigate the website and learn things. If you're into golf, you can do head-to-head matchups. Obviously, golf teed off today. But each day you can still get matchups to that. Major League Baseball, there's game lines out there. There's futures as well. NBA games are going on right now, like you said. and then the promotions of this is going on from June 3rd to June 6th, and you can do this up to 5 times. You bet $100 on a game, you'll get $10 back in a free bet. So all those are great promotions and things that you can do as well. Anything else going on, buddy?
Oh, that's it for now. I've got my list of to-dos here, so I'll get back to you for sure. Otherwise, we'll touch base next week on Boys and Men.
Awesome.
ABC and BBD.
I appreciate
the whole East Coast
family.
family.
East Coast family. Yeah, I mean, if Another Bad Creation wants to come on, I'll take Another Bad Creation too. I don't know if they're still together or not, but
you know what I always say.
What?
Don't try to compare me to another bad little fad.
Mm-hmm. That's crisscross. That's not Another Bad Creation. But just
I
don't.
like crisscross.
All right.
I'll take them over ABC.
But yeah, back to Sportsbook.
Sure.
If you haven't signed up yet, though, we're still running our $500 risk-free first bet sign-up bonus. So go to the App Store, download the app, or go to our website for Android. Check it out, navigate it if you like it. Throw some funds in, and your first wager will be on us, refunded as a free bet. So check that out and follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Elite Sportsbook. We always announce all of our promotions on there, as well as do some giveaways and different things sometimes. And maybe if Boys and Men is approved, we'll do a big announcement on there and tag you in it there, Jay, if they can come on the show. So
it's just 10, 15 minutes of their time just to sell a ticket or two. I mean, it sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Right. Okay. All right, well, thank you, guys.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, Jake. Thanks for playing along. All right, we'll talk to you soon, my friend. Bye. All right, that's Jake from EliteSportsbook.com. Go to EliteSportsbook.com. Well, one passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they didn't have anything outside of Jump. I know they had another song, I Missed the Bus or whatever else, but they...
No, they had one right after Jump.
Oh,
it was...
They had like a gangster song. They were like...
No, it was right... It was on the same album as Crisscross.
I'm shocked that you know this. You were like over in Afghanistan at the time when this came out.
I know when it came out. What was that song?
I know they had this dance like this.
What was another song? Man, there was another song that came out like on that same album.
Yeah, that was their dance. They just did this in the video. Anyway,
I guarantee you wore your shirt backwards.
I 100% I did.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. I remember exactly where I was. I was at a party when I was sophomore year. I was drinking a 40 ounce and had my shorts and my T-shirt on backwards. Yeah, and I was like, "This is look at crisscross here."
How many girls tried to make out with you?
Only one.
Only one?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to mention her on the air, but only one.
Only one. The other ones were jealous, though.
I think they thought I was ridiculous. You know, before we go to air, fun fact, though, the very next year when I was a camp counselor, because Bettendorf used to have an outdoor education thing, I had long hair. My friend Sarah Hafel braided my hair like I was part of Crisscross before I went to be a camp counselor, so that happened.
You braided your hair?
That's right.
Do you have a picture of this?
No, I wish I did because it was fly.
It was fly.
It was dope.
Oh, man.
Dude, we were in a promo. We got to go to break when we come back.
I'm trying to figure out the other song.
Who cares?
I got it because
it's about Boys and Men, not Crisscross.
I don't care. Warm it up, Chris.
Yeah, I'm about to. That's what Chris Bryant comes out to. That's his walk-up song. Well, it was. Yeah, but I did wear jean shorts and like the belts and everything like Boys and Men, but I didn't wear like a cardigan and I didn't dance it that good.
Ah, man, I got a cardigan for you.
Okay, let's take a break. Come back. We're going to talk about Coach K retiring, all kinds of stuff, and then we're going to have a guest in the second hour.
Well, Jay, we have our brand new Locust Lovis guys. Chopper dropped him off the other day. The only thing you can't find in it is who's a better dancer than Jay, because there is nobody.
That's right.
But everything else you need to know, whether it's tattoos, oil changes, places to eat, all in your Locust Lovis guide, or go to the website. It's locustlovis.com. You click on Quad Cities and browse favorites. It's easy to use, and they rank the popular places for you. So please try them today. That's our buddy Chopper at Locust Lovis. They are your guide to the best.
The Rock says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous. You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
It's Macy's lowest prices of the season, with 40 to 60% off great finds, like a Shark upright vacuum for just $99.99. Men's club room tees only $5.50. And 65 to 75% off fine jewelry. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. More at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Does Aaron Rodgers get moved before the season starts?
The two teams in the AFC for me would be the Raiders. And I know they got Carr, but you send Carr back to Green Bay. I know John Gruden he's probably sitting there just trying to figure out how to get that done because he's never satisfied with the quarterback spot.
Never.
Think about it. He tried to get Brett Favre when Brett was 60. So, I mean.
But if you think about it, though, as far as location goes for Aaron Rodgers.
He was Vegas
would be, Vegas would be optimal. Obviously, Bay Area, where he's from, like that would have really been.
That's why he was
better
really
for
pushing.
him. Yeah.
He was really pushing for that San Francisco opportunity because they had a winning team. And the Raiders, maybe he is a guy who can kick them over the top. But those are the two teams in the AFC that make sense.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 5510 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 5510. Enjoy.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just text radio to 64,000 to start learning a new language today. RADIO to 64,000.
River Valley Turf is your Quad Cities John Deere dealer specializing in lawn and garden, commercial equipment, John Deere utility vehicles, and compact tractors. River Valley Turf has a huge inventory of both new and used power equipment to get the job done right the first time. Deer season is going on now, so come shop the selection and save. Buy now before they're gone. Unlike the box stores, we let you drive it before you buy it. Stop in and see what River Valley Turf has to offer today. Located in both Davenport, Iowa and Silvis, Illinois, or visit rivervalleyturf.com.
All the hits are heard right here.
This is Len Casper. Join Darren Jackson and me for Chicago White Sox baseball all year long on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to Don't Ask Us Local AM 1170.
Man, I tell you what, speaking of Boys to Men, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yesterday, Coach K announced that he will be retiring after next season. That's right.
Let me guess. How many years? This guy has been doing it since the mid-'80s.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking at probably 30, 36,
Not
37
mid-'80s,
years.
buddy. Yeah, okay.
When did he start coaching there? 85, 86?
No, he arrived in 1980.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
all right. So he came into
41 years.
Yeah, came into Duke in 1980 after 5 seasons coaching at West Point. He went 38-47 in his first 3 seasons at Duke. Then he started his little run. 12 Final Fours, 5 national titles. 91, 92, 2001, 2010, 2015. Last season marked just the second time since 1983 and the first time since 1995 that he failed to lead Duke to the NCAA tournament. So,
Coach Shushiwushki.
What? Yeah, Chershevsky. Right? Coach K won 5 Olympic gold medals, 3 as a head coach, and obviously the respect of all over the league. He coached players with the names such as Leitner, Reddick, Hill, Battier, Hurley, Tatum, Williamson, Dawkins, Irving, Dang, Ingram, Brand, Boozer, Dunleavy, Singler, Duhan, and Maggette. It's an impressive list. I don't know exactly why or what's going on. I mean, maybe he's got eyes to do something else. He's up there, right? He won 3 Naismith Coach of the Year awards. Like I mentioned, 5 NCAA tournaments, 5 ACC Coach of the Year awards, 22 seasons with 22 and plus wins since 1997, 24 straight NCAA tournaments from 1996 to 2019, 27 combined ACC titles in tournament and regular season competition, 97 tournament wins, and 1,170 wins. Yeah, I don't. Has Coach K ever bothered you very much?
No, not really.
Never bothered me.
It's going to change the dynamic of basketball. I mean, Duke will not be a destination, I don't think, anymore.
ESPN's Gene Wojciechowski wrote this about Coach K and his story. After year 3, Duke boosters wanted Coach K fired. In the 4th season, athletic director Tom Butters gave K a 5-year deal. K cried in Butters' office. "Tom, you don't have to do this," said K. Said Butters, "Coach, on the contrary, I don't only need to do it, I need to do it right now. The rest is history." Because after that, that's when he went on his run. So, bye to Coach K. And the NBA, Danny Ainge is stepping down as president of the Boston Celtics. And Brad Stevens is going to move up to there. He's leaving his position as head coach, and he will go up the corporate ladder. He will become the president of basketball operations. Maybe this is why he turned down a very big deal from Indiana when they asked him earlier this year, Coach Brad Stevens, to come to Indiana, and he said no thanks. I believe it's something like $11 million a year. So Danny Ainge has been in the front office for a while now. He's the mastermind behind the 2008 Celtics team title, and then he had to rebuild a little bit. But he's very well respected in the front office as well. Also, WWE made some cuts.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who got cut?
Well, an up-and-comer named Aleister Black got cut. A female wrestler named Lana, performer wrestler.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy. And then, friend of the show, Braun Strowman.
Got cut?
He got released.
He's like that giant monster dude.
I know.
Said that they need that guy.
He was in the middle of like a triple threat match for the title at WrestleMania.
What's dumb?
That's what I say. So I think I'm going to try and reach out to him and be like, hey, man, remember in 2019 when we had a quick interview and I told you my dad, your dad is my favorite. Your dad is my father's favorite Strowman because he's in the Strowman's father's in the Softball Hall of Fame.
Right.
And try to get that gap. I mean, he's not gonna bitch and moan about being cut on ours, but it still would be cool to reach out to him and try to talk to him because I know that the only other way before that was to go through the WWE and they're gonna tell him exactly what to say. Now he can say whatever he wants. The cuts are crazy to me. I have a theory.
Okay.
It's going to fall on deaf ears because you're not gonna know what I'm talking about.
I'll surprise you.
They were making a lot of cuts, the WWE. They've cut talent, then they're cutting producers, they're cutting writers, and they're cutting talent again. All coming out of nowhere. They have content to fill all over the place. They have a 3-hour Raw, which is almost unwatchable. Is it
because they're not getting the ticket sales for being able to travel?
They don't really have a reason. It kind of came out of left field. I have a theory.
Okay.
In 1996, some wrestlers left the WWE and they went to a little company called the WCW. Some of them being Razor Ramon, also known as Scott Hall, or Diesel, also known as Kevin Nash. And a lot of talent followed. And people began to follow them because their storylines were a little different and they're used to these characters. Meanwhile, those guys, as they got bigger, including Hulk Hogan, all kinds of people. I can go down the list. Ted DiBiase, Lex Luger. It doesn't matter. All the way to Bret Hart. They went to WCW. And that started the Monday Night Wars. Probably the biggest boom ever in professional wrestling. Well, as these bigger talent names are coming because people are used to their names because they've seen them on WWE, the storylines get watered down because they're being regurgitated, and talent, the better talent that's in the promotion, the WCW, is like, I'm being overshadowed by guys that are lesser than me only because of their name or their size. It blew up and started the Attitude Era for the WWE, all right? It blew up. And kind of changed wrestling because of the Monday Night Wars. Am I wrong to think that maybe 25 years later, the WWE is like to think, maybe I'll cut some talent here and they'll go on to AEW, which is an up-and-coming promotion.
Dusty Rhodes Kid.
Dusty Rhodes Kid, Cody Rhodes. They just added a second television show on Friday nights. And now, thinking they'll probably sign with them, they will regurgitate storylines. They will overshadow the up-and-coming talent. And thus, people will watch them for a while. They will boom. The AEW will. Okay? Hear me out. WWE will then have to force their talent and their writers to do something. Hey, you better be good at your job. Work harder. We're not the top of the mountain anymore. And then you'll have some type of Attitude Era switch again. And thus, after that, AEW goes bankrupt and Vince McMahon can buy him again. That's my theory. I swear to you that it's my theory. Rarely do I listen to a lot of... I listen to most talk radio in the morning, sports talk. On my way driving today, I was listening to a show on Sirius XM called Busted Open, and they've got a guy on there, but they got Tommy Dreamer, and because I wanted to hear what they had to say. Bubba Ray Dudley and Mark Henry, by the way, who just signed with AEW.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray Dudley, yeah, that's his stage name. Anyway, I almost called in. Just to give him that theory.
When you called me, you can be like, hey, it's Jay Foster. I'm Quad City famous. I'm like top 5.
I was not going to do any of that. I was just going to say, hear me out. What do you think of this theory? But I didn't want to, like, Bubba Ray to be like, you know nothing about the business, blah, 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 blah. And I got busy.
And then you would have been like, I'm Jay Foster.
I will tell you this. If I had 20 extra minutes on me, because I know they were going to take calls later, I for sure would have called in.
All right.
Not that it just happened to be the number was on Sirius XM, and I'm like, I think I might do that. But that being said, and while we'll do that, why don't we just bring in our guest, Adam, second one. I said goodbye.
We made him wait outside.
But there is old, but there is new, by the way.
Old but new, what?
Wait, if I have to say goodbye to things, I have to welcome some new things into my life, right?
All right. Did you get cans for him to listen in?
Yeah, well, he's got them right there, and his microphone's on. It's right there. Right, Adam, how you doing?
Not bad.
But I just was talking about we're going to talk a little bit, I think, Adam, about Coach K, right?
Yep.
And I was talking about Danny Ainge leaving, and then, of course, the cuts for WWE. But I have to talk about what is new. We can't just be on the negative. Welcome back to my world. Maybe new to you, young listener. Not new to me.
What's new to me?
2022, the USFL.
Oh.
What, just don't go, oh.
I forgot we talked about this.
8 teams are coming back. The USFL is going to be coming back. It is a football league that ran from 83 to 85.
They got to bring Trump with it. Right?
That would be awesome.
I mean, it would...
Would he come out with an American flag?
Oh, yeah.
This morning,
he has to come with it.
The new USFL announced that it will play next spring with a minimum of 8 teams and will deliver high-quality, innovative, professional football to fans.
My team's going to be the Mirlago Beat China. We're called the Beat Chinas.
Yeah, then you got to have a China wrestler that he can go after every time.
Yeah, I like it.
In a quote by Brian Woods, co-founder of the new USFL and founder and CEO of the Spring League, which, by the way, that's the league that they don't pay their players, but Fox reached a deal with them.
Yeah.
Which is the Spring League, so they're making money off of guys who are just bashing their brains in. He said, I'm extremely passionate about football and the opportunity to work with Fox Sports and bring back the USFL in 2022 with an endeavor. This is an endeavor worth pursuing, he said.
Is this going to upset the NFL that Fox is getting involved with this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't they have a contract?
You would think so.
Yeah, but I think isn't it coming up then around then?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out at you. I mean, Aikman and Buck aren't going anywhere.
I don't know. Fox Sports CEO and executive producer Eric Shanks isn't too upset. He said he called the relaunch, a landmark day for football fans and Fox Sports.
Well, what else is he going to call it? It's okay. I mean, get another football league. We'll see how it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just got to say that, right?
There is a good podcast about this, like football for $1 or whatever else, and it's based on someone that we talked about, Jeff Perlman's book, who's been on the show. Wasn't a very friendly guest, but the podcast is worth it. Yeah, I don't know if Donald Trump's going to come back or not. Adam.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having
Thank you for coming on. I think your voice sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So thanks for being here in the flesh.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity.
Speaking of your voice, bring it down a little bit. They can't hear you all that well. There you go, buddy.
All right.
It's all right.
Adam?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Fulton, Illinois, about an hour north up here.
That's Fulton.
I know we're
Steamers.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Sometimes people think of Freeport pretzels instead?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
From up there, you don't really think about it that much because...
just dummies like me.
No. Well, it kind of stings a little bit because we had a basketball team that was ranked state for the first time and beat Freeport pretzels by like 45 the first time. And then when we went up to go play them, they beat us by 10.
Oh.
And it kind of still stings us and knocked us out of the tournament. So...
Gotcha.
When we hear the pretzels, it kind of strikes a nerve a little.
And are you still up there?
No, I live in Eldridge now.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And what do you do?
Engineer for an agriculture company here in the Quad Cities. Sit behind a desk, try to act smart, listen to sports radio.
Let me think. Egg company, Quad City. I think I know where one it is.
Just don't know the whole rules behind that.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, it's kind of like when you go on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Pat asks you what you do for a living. Well, I'm a marketer for a very successful firm in L.A. Oh, thanks, Pat.
What are your sports teams?
My sports teams are Oakland Raiders, Bo Jackson, two-sport guy. I was a multi-sport player. So.
I always wondered who your football team was. He never really comes up when we talk.
No.
I know you're a Cardinal fan.
A Cardinal fan, yep. And then Illinois football. Went to University of Illinois. Played baseball out there for, 5 months, and then realized Division I sports is really, really hard and didn't want to sacrifice my life to that. And I liked other things in college as well, rather than getting up being told what to do.
What else do you like in college?
So
rhyme with cheer?
Basketball, yeah. Basketball. Used to like the Bulls. Don't really watch any NBA anymore. Just doesn't trip my trigger. And
you don't get upset when we tease Illinois football, do you?
No, it's a natural thing.
Huggy gets very upset at me when I tease about Illinois football. But Illinois basketball did really well this year.
We did.
I mean, granted, it was a disappointing loss to Loyola Chicago, but hey, what do you do?
Yeah. I think Ron Mexico called in at one point and explained the frustration there. So
yes. He's one of my favorite callers, too. He has a very familiar voice.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. So, well, good. It's good to have a different set of eyes. I mean, obviously, Iowa football over here, he's back to being a Cubs fan. And
I'm genuinely surprised. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I admit, but it's nice to be. I'd rather go into the season not expecting squat and have this,
right,
rather than going in blind loyal, like, oh man, they're gonna crush it. Like, no, they're
Yep.
and then be disappointed. I do that usually in the NFL.
That's how I feel about the Cardinals this year. I was like, I don't know what they're going to be. We'll see what happens, and they're doing all right now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have great lineups when it comes to batting, right? It's the pitching lineups where you're like,
yeah.
Gets shelled for 11 runs in the first inning.
Yeah. Well, it didn't help at all that Flaherty went to the IL with oblique.
And he was 8-0 or 9-0 going into that?
I think, but then lost to the Dodgers. But now oblique, and it's going to probably be 6 weeks. He's not going to be back till the second half.
Yeah, that's
for the Cardinals. It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt big time.
Yeah, but it's
all about injuries.
I tell you what. Well, in the bar business, we're fine with Cubs doing well, the Sox doing well, and the Cardinals doing well. That's for certain. So,
absolutely,
it works out just fine for us when we're looking at that.
Bears, Packers, Vikings. That's great too.
So, Adam, we were talking before you came in about Coach K.
Yeah.
And I know you and I had kind of some conversations. So, let's jump into it and let's talk about Coach K and what you and I talked about. Why don't you present the question that you presented to me?
So last night I was in the gym doing leg day, so I was trying to figure out anything possible
That's such a
to
brag.
do.
That's such a brag for all the people who skip leg day. Be like, yep, that's what I do. Yeah.
No. Let me finish. Okay. It was leg day, so I was finding things to do other than leg day. So I was thinking of questions, and one of the questions that popped in my head was, who would you like to have come to your door to recruit you? Top 3 coaches that they came to your door and you're like, Mom, break out the fine china. We're gonna
any sport or basketball.
Any sport. But when I started doing this, I started finding myself gravitating more towards basketball and football than anything else.
Yeah.
So top 5.
I know Jay's number 1. I guarantee it.
Top 5 is pretty, I think, capable of being done. But I said top 3 just for the fact of that you had to narrow it down so much.
So the top 3 coming to your door to recruit for any sport, but it's collegiate, so obviously.
Yeah.
And they're saying, come to this university.
Right. And your pro coach could be a college coach, just like hypothetical, like living in a different world.
Yeah.
Jay's number 1. I already know it.
What is it?
It's Dan Gable.
Well, he's not coaching right now, though.
But I'm saying, well, we're living in another world, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be retired or non-retired because one of mine's retired.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right, so we're going to narrow it down to top 3. We're breaking out the fine china. It's almost like you're trying not to have that fanboy moment.
Correct.
You're not going to mark out. You're trying to hold it still and everything else because this is what you've been putting all the blood, sweat, and tears into, and they show up at your doorstep. Okay, that's a great question. Well, if I'm gonna go Iowa wrestling one, I am gonna do Dan Gable over Tom Brands because Tom Brands is so intimidating that I don't even know if I could enjoy it. Where I have had conversations,
he might beat you up.
Yeah, where I've had conversations. I've actually had conversations with Dan Gable, and the way he looks at you and sizes it up and feels like in your presence that you can do anything is enough right there to motivate you. Brands is a little bit different. He's very intense. And it's scary to be around him sometimes. But the way Gable can just eye you up and down and just, it's like the story of our friend from Single Speed, Dave Morgan, when he first met Dan Gable and he's like, oh, I've had your beer, blah, blah, blah. You've done a good job. And Morgan goes, yeah, I got lucky. And he paused, he grabbed his arm. He's like, no, you didn't. There's no luck in that. You worked hard. You deserve it. He's like, own it. Yeah. Like you're doing a good job. You're successful. You did that. There's no luck involved. And that's a great story. And so that's where I think Gable can look you up and down and be like, there's a reason why I'm here and there's a reason why I'm at your doorstep and you did this. You brought me here. So yes, I would agree with that. Over if I'm going to pick one, it would be him over Tom Brands.
All right.
Where you got, Adam?
My first one would have to be Bobby Knight.
Okay.
I found myself when I was making this list doing like motivational speakers. Like who would I want to be in the locker room with that would just like blow my mind with some kind of motivational speech, rather it be throwing a chair or whatever it is. I always seen Bobby Knight as like the tough, hard coach that, I always thrived having as a high schooler and in college. And having him come to the doorstep, I think, would be like a huge ordeal. Like, holy smokes, like, I've made it type of moment for me.
Have you ever heard the story about Chris Kingsbury and Bobby Knight?
Which one is that?
Oh, it's good. This is really good.
So, Kingsbury, I'll try to make it quick. Kingsbury is a 2-time like Ohio Basketball Player of the Year, if not 3-time. Who knows? And Coach Knight shows up to recruit him to his doorstep, and he must have had a Chris Kingsbury type of night the night before. He's oversleeping in the basement. His dad tells him to wake up. Coach Knight's here, and he doesn't wake up, and again, wake up. He doesn't get up. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, keeping Coach Knight waiting, Chris Kingsbury walks through the living room, and Coach Knight stands up, says, Chris, Coach Knight, and he just kind of nods at him and says, hey, goes through the living room, goes to the kitchen, makes a bowl of cereal, comes back, sits down on the couch, starts eating the cereal, just looks at Coach Knight. Coach Knight stands up, looks at him, goes, you will never play basketball at the University of Indiana. Coach Kingsbury just shrugs his shoulders. And that was the end of that.
That's awesome.
Just the weirdest thing in the world.
I have heard that. I also heard a story about an assistant coach getting fired while he was in the John taking a number 2, and brought him into the locker room and said, what happened in here? Why were we, changing up defense? Why weren't you helping and doing this, that? And he said it was the most scariest time of his life, that he was getting yelled at by a grown man through a stall door telling that I am fired.
And then have you ever heard the halftime rant on YouTube? If you you can Google this. Like, it's something about it. You're telling me if you can't guard effing Greg Graham, I'm gonna run you guys so hard you won't be able to effing F over and over again. So you can YouTube the speech. It is the most laced with vulgarity you'll ever hear, but you'll die laughing the entire time. But again, some people respond to hard coaching. I am one of them, because I do believe that the coaches mean well, and I think Coach Knight is definitely up there as somebody. T-Roy?
Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
I knew you were going to go with that one.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm playing at the U, baby, with the Rock.
Yeah, I bet he was a great coach in college. Just get you motivated, get you pumped up.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson was just. That's my number 1. The rest of them are hard. Like, they're doing a top 3. I got like 2 basketball and another football.
2 basketball and another football.
I'm trying to decide. I know that I can't decide, but I think I got it narrowed down.
Okay. Well, I guess I would have to go with Coach K, although I'm not a basketball player.
Really?
That resume is legit.
Yeah.
I mean, he coached he coached Leitner. And I'm sorry if you don't like Leitner. That's still one of my favorite basketball games of all time. The gold medals, the NCAA, 6 gold medals, 5 NCAA titles, multiple ACC titles. Say what you want about, but he had to readjust the way he recruited as well when the one and done started. He had to keep up with the Caliparis of that was going on. And yeah, is it bad for basketball? I think so. But he also got the guys that were there for 4 years when he could win back-to-back titles. It's hard to do anymore. So, I mean, he got the Hurleys, he got the Leitners, he got the Shane Battiers, he got Grant Hill, everybody else. I mean, the man can recruit and put Duke on the map. I'm sorry. I don't
well, yeah.
Duke was there before, but
for sure.
It's Coach K is obviously somebody that I think is very significant, and he'll be in the Basketball Hall of Fame. But if that guy comes to my door, I mean, my jaw is going to drop, and I am going to ask him all about the 92 game against Kentucky and waste time and talk. And then I'm going to ask him. He was an assistant coach in the closed game for the Dream Team against college basketball that people say was rigged to lose, but he was an assistant on that team, and that's a great year. So. Yeah. I would be like, okay, done talking about me. I'm already. Where do I sign? Now can we talk for 20 minutes about things? More than that.
I mean, and to be able to take a back seat to do the Dream Team, that's got to be hard to do. I mean, you're number 1 coach. You're coming off of great seasons, and now you're going to sit back and be an assistant and do it really well. And then that's just something that just adds to his character and his resume. That you kind of wonder, like, if he does show up to your door, is there like a bright white light that comes behind him too, or is it,
I'm definitely turning off my phone. I'm not gonna. No notifications or anything. Yeah, I'm done. So,
mine would have to be John Wooden.
Okay.
I had him on my short list.
I would like to just see what kind of motivation he get his guys worked up with, and what kind of tactics he'd use, because I mean he had a lot of good teams come through, and
Well, think about this too. If Wooden's come to your door, that means you're already the best of the best.
Right.
Like he went recruiting garbage. I mean, just think about the run on centers they had.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
good.
I would feel extra special because I'm not tall. So.
Yeah.
And freshmen couldn't compete.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, that's not, he put on together a run of national titles and everything else. I mean, he's written books of basketball. People still talk very highly of him, and I think his effect on coaches all over is still to this day seen on basketball.
Wizard of Westwood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you got, T-Ray?
I'm sticking with basketball. And Jay, I'm real close to you. Dean Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, he recruited Jordan. He had Worthy. I mean, the guys that he had go through there are really solid as well. You have Tyler Hainsborough. You have a ton of different dudes.
Yeah.
That's just, to me, that's that's one of the guys that Michael Jordan admired the most. So you gotta take that into your consideration. So, and it's got to be Dean Smith, and I guarantee he's up there with national titles and all that too. It's probably as impressive as Coach K.
All right, well, let's finish up our list. When we come back, let's take a quick break. I want to remind everybody the weather's getting nice out there, and Hidden Hills Golf Course is the place to be. They have 22 different holes you can play on out there, just north of the TBK Plex at 4335 Indiana Avenue in Bettendorf, Iowa. Get a hold of Mike at 563-332-5616. Set up a tee time and get any of your questions answered about golf tournaments that are going on, leagues. I think you can still get in that Spark Golf League on Tuesday nights. And remember that they do have a 2-person golf tournament on Father's Day. You do not have to be a father-son combo. Just can't bring in a ringer like me. That's the biggest thing. So don't mention my name or else you're going to be blacklisted from that tournament. So go ahead and call Mike at 563-332-5616. That's Hidden Hills Golf Course, just north of the TBK Complex at 4335 Indiana Avenue. And Mike is also nice enough to help us with our DFS that's going on. We're not doing too bad. Xander's doing well today, but Patrick Harrington is killing us, T-Ray. Yeah. So hopefully he can right that ship.
I didn't like that pick of Patty, man.
Hopefully he can right that ship so we can at least make the cut and we can make some more money on our DFS. But thanks to Mike, that helps us out every week on our from Hidden Hills Golf Course. We will be right back. ESPN 1170 AM. Finish out who we want to recruit, and then a little mascot talk later on as well.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're
Your schedule is
Local.
busy, so when you have an air conditioning, plumbing, or appliance problem, you want to call someone you can trust to give you an honest, no-hassle assessment of your situation. TMI's technicians will show up on time and will work tirelessly to fix the problem right the first time. And if you need a new air conditioner installed, there are great manufacturer and utility rebates available so you can still save big money. For courteous, on-time service fixed right, call the professionals at TMI today.
Pointing you in the right direction.
Hey Quad Cities, this is Kim from Berry Global, a Fortune 400 packaging company. I have some exciting news. We are hiring technical and entry-level employees at our injection molding facility right here in Bettendorf. Berry offers an impressive benefits package which includes medical, dental, vision, 401k match, company-paid life and disability insurances, along with competitive wages and profit-sharing bonus. If being a part of an awesome team interests you, visit berryglobal.com to apply. That is BERRY global.com. Still looking for more information about Berry? Just say, Alexa, tell me about Berry Global.
Don't you feel so free out here on the lake?
Not as free as this soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
Casey's. Buy 4 fountain drinks, 5th one's free.
I love free.
Bought this jerky, got this free donut too. And these chips could win me a free Lee Brice concert here in our town.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town. Casey's, here for good. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit Casey's.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
There's never been a better time to find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Right now, new customers have a chance to win $100 in free bets when they place a $1 moneyline wager on any NBA playoff game. If either team hits a three-pointer in the game, you'll win $100 regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use bonus code FOSTER100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Get ready to turn the playoffs into payoffs. Sign up now and discover BetMGM's parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets if either team hits a three in any NBA playoff game. It's always showtime at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Other than recently hosting Jeopardy, the Packers haven't seen Aaron Rodgers since the NFC Championship loss to the Buccaneers. Head coach Matt LaFleur would love to see Rodgers next week at their mandatory minicamp, but said Wednesday, quote, "I've got nothing to update on that situation. I don't know. We'll see come Tuesday." Andy Dalton spent 9 seasons as the Bengals QB1. The Bears promised him the starting job, then drafted Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields in the first round. Dalton said Wednesday that his mindset hasn't changed and that he'll do everything he can to help the Bears win a lot of games. Falcons' new head coach Arthur Smith would like some answers regarding Julio Jones. Wednesday, Smith was asked if he expects Jones to be at mandatory minicamp next week. His response? We'll see what happens next week. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Celebrate Dad all month at Napa with the Evercraft 100-piece screwdriver set for $19.99. To a regular person, that might seem like an excessive number of screwdrivers. But to Dad, that's just being prepared, like buying a paper map in case the GPS goes rogue. That's the Evercraft 100-piece screwdriver set for $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations while supplies last. Offer ends 6/30/21.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
How about tech that lets me work hands-free and wireless?
Also possible. Staples Connect has the innovative tech you need to work and learn from home. And now, Apple AirPods are just $129, and AirPods Pro are only $199. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or at staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N65, limit to in-store only.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in once again. Adam's in studio with Jay Bird and T-Roy.
That's right. So we are talking about, Adam brought up a great question, well, with Coach K retiring. And if you're a young athlete, who would you want to show up at your front doorstep to recruit you? Which is going to blow your mind, like he said. Bring out the fine china. So
China.
Yes. I think as far as I went back, of course, I said Dan Gable, and then I had Coach K. Adam, you had, refresh my memory.
Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight,
John
both,
Wooden.
and John Wooden, both retired or passed on, yeah. And then you have...
I had Jimmy Johnson and Dean Smith.
Jimmy Johnson and Dean Smith.
All right. You're up.
I am up.
Your final dude. And can we take if someone?
Yeah,
take,
you can take
all right,
I mean, I think we all have a list here and there. I don't think there's any wrong answer here or there. What's going on? It's just such a homer one. I'm going Ferentz. Like, I really am.
You're going Kirk.
I really, really am.
Okay.
I'm surprised you waited that long.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have a problem with the pick, and I'll
remember,
wait till I'll talk to you when I do mine.
But I mean, there is a thing about it. Do you remember when we went to that media day and he came in and I was like elbowing you and he's like, "That's Kirk Ferentz." Like, we knew he was gonna be there, and he was like, you tried to, didn't you like call him Kirk or something? Like you guys were buddies. Like,
well, he was like, he walked by and he looked at me. He goes, "Thanks for coming." I go, "No problem."
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Thanks for the invite. I appreciate it. Yeah, I removed some things around.
Freed up that schedule a little.
I mean, we made eye contact. He goes, "Thanks for coming." No problem.
I had like those cartoon like heart-shaped things coming out of my eyes, and you're like, "Yeah, I appreciate the invite. Yeah, just happy to be here."
Thanks, man.
So I mean,
I was like, I called my new pet Anger.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
No, I know. That's probably what would come out of my mouth. I know some people you know. Huh?
What?
Yeah.
Let the weird kid in.
That's exactly the way I feel at every media thing that happened before COVID, when now it's all in Zoom. That's the way I felt every time. Just all I kept telling myself was, "Don't knock a tripod over. Don't knock a tripod over. Don't knock."
Well, then we'd go there. There'd be Kakert and Rosso, and they're all there acting like professional, and we're just there. Where the free food at?
Yeah. Can I take another?
They had all these good questions and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if we should be here, Jay.
No, we don't. We didn't deserve it, but we were there.
Felt like a turd in a punch bowl.
That's right. Just stuck out just a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I guess that's. I mean, there's obviously
introduced Jay to the SID.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Guy I knew from back in the day.
Chris Brewer.
Yeah, he knows Miller the Driller too.
Okay.
And apparently him and Jay had a fun email conversation prior to that. He's like, "Oh, you got to email me?" And Jay's like, "Oh God,
you're that
guy." Yeah. So the Iowa Wrestling Club has a golf outing at somewhere. Maybe Palmer has
Scott County Park.
Scott County Park, yeah.
Let's Creek.
And I'm just pushing to have brands on the air. All right. And it's just kind of like, it would, like, my emails were just not getting answered. I'm like, listen, I have Wine Drug from here on there, Brewer on there, and they want us to push it. That's fine. They want Pints to donate to it. That's fine. We've did it in the past. Everything's kind of like, okay. I said, all we need is just 10 minutes of his time, 5-10 minutes for just a phone interview, just to get people to go to this thing, to sign up for it, to basically donate to the Iowa Wrestling Club. And it was one of those things. I had just had enough, may or may not had a cocktail in me.
I bet you may.
And was just like, hey, no one's replying to me. I guess you don't really want to raise any money. You guys raised enough money as it is. So maybe next year, I just appreciate it. And then I get back. Actually, he's on a recruiting trip after coming back from like Turkey when they were like traveling the world at the wrestling club. I'm like, oh my God. I left it there. No big deal. I'm kind of put in my place. And then we go to the Iowa Media Day and T-Roy's like, Brew Crew. And I'm like, you know him? And he's like, yeah, come here. He's like, oh, this is my partner on the radio show, Jay Foster, Dwell's Local. And he goes, huh. So you're the Jay Foster. And I go, yeah. Yeah.
And then this time I have no
we're
clue
over.
what
We've done some emails. He's like, yeah, we have. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm melting. And then he leaves and he was like, great guy. I've known him back in the day selling some wine, this and that. I mean, that guy is just one of the best. And I'm like, you got to do something for him. He's like, what? I'm like, you got to mend this relationship. Like, that guy hates me. And he goes, all right. So he goes out there and he's like, nah, he's like, let it go. And now he's been great for it, to help me out and everything I need. But
didn't we kind of talk to him on front? I go, yeah. So apparently Jay sends you dumb emails or something. He's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a deal here and there.
He gets a little fired up. You got to watch out for him.
Yeah, and I had to pause and you got to eat crow.
You did pretty good. Jay's like, yeah, I didn't really mean that for you. I was just,
I just wanted a little interview. That's all. Yeah, I felt like I could help him out. I wanted to help out. You don't slap out a handshake. You don't slap away a handshake.
It's fine. Everything's good now.
It's great. Yeah,
it's cream cheese now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Troy mending relationships.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah. Usually I'm known as the Great Divider, but no. This time around, look at me.
Yeah. All right. Who you got, Adam?
I got Greg Popovich.
Okay. That
All
would
right.
be interesting to have.
You know, I was flirting with Phil Jackson.
I was too.
On that side of it,
not
the
me.
Zen master.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Just to hear his like philosophies.
I respect Popovich as a coach. I don't respect his politics, but that's fine. I mean, that happens with everybody. But yeah, he's a hell of a coach. I mean, you gotta give it that. I mean, I would say in NBA for the 90s, early 2000s, it was Phil and then him.
Right.
I mean, neck and neck.
Yep.
For sure.
And the reason why I didn't go with Phil is just because I didn't want to be a homer. Like,
right. I hear you. No, I get you.
And isn't it something like the Spurs for the first time in 15 years didn't make the playoffs this year?
Yeah,
like something. It's a stretch that's incredible. The thing I would do with Pop if he's in my living room would be like, what do you really feel about this player, this analyst, this person? Because he's so short in his interviews, and he's very funny. Like when it's halftime one, they're like, well, you're down by 15. What do you see here? He's like, we're down by 15. I see the exact same thing you're seeing. Like, he's always just short. Like, why are you wasting my time with these questions? Right. So I would just like to know, like, who annoys him, who doesn't, and whatnot.
A lot of that, like interrupting coaches at half like that, to me, is just unnecessary. You're putting undue stress on the coach. Like, especially if you're in the middle of getting your butt kicked.
Yeah, what do you expect them to tell you? Like, with their
what's
game
going
plan
on?
coming out of
I don't know. We look like crap right now. And if they're winning, what do you think? Well, just got to keep doing the same stuff. Like, what do you expect to get? They only get like knock it off with that garbage.
Right.
Seriously, they do it in football. They do it in basketball. I think it's unnecessary. It's like they have to come up with something so that the sideline reporter has something to say, and I think the sideline reporters can find better things to do rather than grab a coach while they're running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the sideline reporter is there for the injury stuff and things like that. I think that's perfect. And if there's something else going on, especially in today's day and age, if some a-hole decides they need to rush the court, the field, whatever it is, the sideline reporter can be there going, "Oh yeah, security just knocked the hell out of it." You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know. I just
better things to do.
The whole halftime coach interview thing is whatever. Overrated.
What do you got, T-Ray?
Well, I went to Homer.
Yeah.
But the only reason there is Iowa football is because of Hayden Fry. He'll always be a Hawk.
I'll give you that.
And that, I mean, listen, you don't have Kirk Ferentz if it wasn't for Hayden Fry.
I agree.
We don't have the logo that some can consider the best logo in sports.
I'm right there.
I mean,
I could be one of
obviously
those.
Iowa fans are very biased in that opinion, but it's still top 10 logos.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
So it's Hayden Fry, man.
I don't know. Ours is pretty noticeable. I mean, it's a part of the alphabet. I mean,
yeah, there you go.
Every time you can't get through the alphabet without saying I.
Yeah.
So
you know what's funny?
That's true. It is important.
Because that Huggy can spell I now. He didn't know how to spell I until he was like 30.
Yeah, that was probably the saddest days when they took away the chief. It was like, oh,
I know.
Yeah, there's a.
But
it hasn't stopped me from dressing up as him at one of the home games at least once a year. So
there you go.
That's exactly what you need to do.
Yes.
Yeah, the Hayden Fry is good. Obviously, there's I mean,
I get Ferentz. So trust me, Ferentz is already top 4 or 5 Big Ten wins of all time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know he's top 5. I think he's top 4.
He's
closing in on some real big names.
Well, I tell you what, they're going to have things are going to happen more and more because of that salary or whatever. I'll say just let go. The University of Iowa Athletics just let go, like longtime team photographer Jerry. I forget Jerry's last name, and my apologies to him. I know Pat thinks the world of Jerry, and I know Tom Kaker thinks the world of Jerry. So just by proxemics, I think Jerry's a great guy. But that's the thing that's on Twitter.
What was the reason?
Cutbacks. And now everyone's going to say, well, the basketball coach and the football coach make a lot of money. Well, Dan Mullen now is a top 5 paid coach at Florida, and he hasn't done anything. So it happens all over, folks.
Listen, you know what? With that money becomes a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure, or whatever else. I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that throughout the years.
It's like I tell all the Iowa fans that talk to me, is like, who else are you going to get?
Like, you don't
exactly.
want that.
Do you want to end up being Nebraska?
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, no. I mean, they still think it's 1993 there.
Right.
It's insane to me. Tom Osborne's gone, guys.
Yep.
I mean, we lucked out. We went from Hayden to Kirk.
Yep.
It's like Packer fan. You went from Favre to Rodgers.
Yep.
Be so happy with what happened.
Yep.
And if it's gone, it's gone. But you had that run. 30 damn years, and we're looking at close to 40 some years right now between Hayden Fry.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah,
like it
it's
really is
very important.
for stability, and it's important for recruiting to know that someone's not leaving. And I think that's one of the things about when they come on your doorstep, that you have someone like Coach K's been there from 1980. Dan Gable was there, and then Ferentz or Hayden Fry or whatever else, and Dean Smith. That they're there. They're loyal to it. They're not leaving to go somewhere else. And then like you have a Nick Saban who left, comes back. Izzo was mentioned on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, and I get that as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Izzo. He's not my favorite coach. I think he's got a passive aggressiveness to him. Not really. He yells at him. LaRusso's got a very passive aggressive approach to all umpires, but that's just LaRusso. So just not the guys that I really want to have. I mean, there's other coaches out there that I would look at that would be obscure. Augie Guerrero from Division I baseball, who was at Cal State Fullerton and just retired, I think, last year from Texas, is a phenomenal coach. I left out Ron Gardenhire. I don't care what you say. I love that guy. I just want to give him a hug.
I just want Jeff Gerst to come recruit me.
See?
Angelo State. What's up, Gershie?
Coach Frecken could recruit me right now.
Oh, could he?
Yeah.
Oh, I know he could.
There's
he's pissed that you didn't put him on his list, by the way.
I bet, yeah. I would not. He'll send a text later and be like, what's wrong with you?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Come on, I wasn't on your list.
No
dude.
love? Heart? He put no heart.
Way to go, Foster. I thought you were Bettendorf Homer.
Yeah.
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Watch. He's probably going to say, Rusty Van Wetzing. I want Rusty to recruit me.
I'd play for Rusty. Absolutely. We need to take our second break of the hour. When we come back, we're going to take a look at mascots, because the Mascot Hall of Fame something is coming up right now in news around ESPN, only because they're opening their doors again.
Jay dressed as a mascot once.
I did, yeah. So I'm really interested in this. We'll talk about the Mascot Hall of Fame, and then we will do our. I told you to look at the mascots.
Yep.
We're gonna draft our NBA starting 5 mascots.
NBA?
Yep. So
I thought you meant all-time mascots.
What do you guys want to do? I
did NBA. I assumed NBA.
Yeah, NBA.
I misheard.
Go ahead. We have a commercial break. You can put who we draft. It doesn't matter. You don't have to follow an order. Point guard, shooting guard, power forward, small forward, center. You can draft anytime. We'll go in order. You'll be all right. You're pretty quick.
I should be.
Yeah.
All right. Quad Cities. Tri-City Equipment's been rocking and rolling since 1934, and ever since then, they've been the place for you to go to get all your restaurant equipment. Whether you're looking to cater an event or you want something for your home chef, you can try them online at tricityequipment.com, or please stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and check out their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they deliver to every Quad City residence and will match online pricing, so please call them today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium. There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
On Saturday, August 21st, over 100 courageous people are rappelling down 11 stories at the Hotel Blackhawk to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I'm Matt Ostrom from Active Endeavors. You can help kids in the Quad Cities by supporting an Edger today.
Register as an individual or grab a friend and sign up as a daring duo. Help ignite potential in Quad City kids. For more information, go to overtheedgeqc.org.
Find a friend and go over the edge.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete, but this ain't no gym. You're working hard. You got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
If you own a
small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. Getlocalcustomersnow.com.
PointsBet understands that in sports, it pays to be fast. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Whether you're a bettor or a baller, a sharp or a sharpshooter, if you're making money or just plain money, sports is speed. Luckily, your sports book can keep up. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. Plus, right now, PointsBet is giving customers the best odds on all pro sports. That's better odds and bigger payouts on our lightning fast app because PointsBet knows every second matters. Time is money, and it pays to be fast. PointsBet has the best odds on all pro sports, so download the app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
It's time to rise and grind. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin.
I don't know if I want Justin Fields right out of the gate just to be the guy. I would like for him to ease himself into it. But I started finding myself thinking, if he does start right out of the gate, does that buy Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace another year? Is it bad that I'm even putting myself in that situation now? I'm thinking about, are you doing what's best for the player, Justin Fields? Are you doing what's best in the interest of Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace to make sure that, hey, we gave our rookie a start, we gave him everything he needed, a quarterback like Andy Dalton who's there to help him out, build him up. It's going to take some time, guys. But we got to be patient.
This isn't Jacksonville. This is a playoff team. I wouldn't mind starting him immediately because they got pieces in place, especially on defense. Offensively, they've gotten better. Allen Robinson is back now. So when you look at it, it's like, if he wins the job, it might make sense to start him.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Janae and Golick Jr.
Milwaukee built this up the right way. They built it around the superstar and built it as well as you could have, but this is starting to look more and more, should they fall short this year, like Milwaukee becoming a fancy, high-powered version of the Toronto Raptors before Kawhi got there. Meaning you can be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference during the regular season, and you're going to hit an understandable ceiling. Like, they ran into that LeBron James ceiling for years, and for Milwaukee, Giannis may have chosen a bad time to put up in the Eastern Conference and say, I'm going to make my home here, when all of a sudden James Harden and these guys came and decided to make Brooklyn their home.
People want to win now, and at some point, the criticism is going to come to Giannis, unfortunately, because he's been that successful so early. And so, like, well, when are you going to win? Hopefully it's this year, because then it'll quiet all those critics. But I don't know about that with Brooklyn out there and Joel Embiid out there. I don't know about that, though.
Janae and Golick Jr., 3 to 6 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Okay, 3 dozen by tomorrow morning. Yeah, the roses and
Faraz's flower shop is blooming. To keep up with high demand, he must strengthen his business's roots.
Just 1 second. Faraz's flowers. Hold, please. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to Faraz's.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Never miss a thing with our app. Listen live from anywhere in the world and be notified when news breaks. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, welcome back here. Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. It's Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. Adam's in studio with us. T-Roy just stepped out for a second, but we just got done talking about coaches because Coach K is going to step down after next season. And Adam, quick, before we get into something else, how do you feel about him announcing a year before he does it?
I was a little upset about it. I was like, I hate when people do that. Like,
I do
hey,
too.
wait till the season's over, then announce it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you knew it was going to come.
Mhm.
When was it going to come? It's like pulling a Band-Aid off. Like, is he going to do it now? Is he going to do it later? I'd rather him have waited. Maybe that's more of like the old school classier act, and then say, goodbye, I'm done.
Yeah.
Exit stage right. But now he's coming back, and I don't know who was the first one to do like a farewell tour. Was it like a Barry Bonds, or was it someone like that?
I know they've been doing. I know Jeter did it. And Mariano Rivera did it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I don't like
go
it.
back. It's okay. I got you.
It just doesn't happen that often, though.
But as a coach, it's about the kids. That's my only thing. Like, he doesn't need to go into North Carolina and then they make it at halftime or after the game. Be like, oh, Coach K, thanks, Tobacco Road. We hated you, but now we love you. We respect you. He doesn't need to go to Virginia and do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the ACC schools and go up and down the ladder. It's okay. I mean, to each his own. Maybe he talked to some real close friends and they're like, listen, the world of basketball needs this. They want to pay their homage. Let them pay their homage. And he said, okay, maybe that's what happened. Maybe,
yeah, very well could be.
And that's a good thing. So we talked about coaches that we would want on our doorstep to recruit. Who would you slam the door on? As Adam brought this up in commercial break, and I was going to talk about the mascots, and we'll get to that in a second. So who would you slam the door on if Coach comes knocking on your door? Who are you slamming the door on, saying absolutely not, no way, can't stand you? Who would it be? All right. I'll go, since I went first, I'm going PJ Fleck from Minnesota. I can't stand that guy. I can't stand PJ Fleck. So that's the guy I'm saying. Nope, I don't want it. I don't even know why he drove down here 5.5 hours. Not worth my time. I'm not going to row the boat. Beat it, geek.
Do you give him gas money?
No, I do not give him gas money. No, I don't even give him directions out of town. I hope he doesn't get service so he doesn't even know GPS. That's what I'm asking. Who do you got?
Wow, that's
Adam?
hatred.
Yeah, who do you got?
I got Lane Kiffin. That
Okay.
guy just drives me nuts. Like you look at him, he looks like that type of kid that in school he like wanted to hang around you, but as soon as he got in trouble, he pointed the finger at you like, "Oh, it was all Adam's idea. He's the one that did it." Like,
100%.
no way. I don't want him at my door.
If you remember the Lebitard Stugatz thing they do looks like,
Yeah.
and they said Lane Kiffin looks like the guy that speeds through the no wake zone, and I was like, definitely, he looks like that guy
with his visor
with his visor on, absolutely,
backwards upside down,
backwards upside down with a big thing of Kopi in his mouth, just spitting it out as he goes.
Does he listen to Boys and Men in his boat
Hey
too?
now,
Oh, no, he listens to ABC.
He's
in
like
the playground.
What, that's way my beat at the playground. You know what it would be like the biggest poser hard rock band out there, and don't say Poison. So metal. What would be the biggest poser metal band?
Poser metal band in
Stryper?
my eyes. No, Striper was Christian, man.
Yeah.
Don't be coming down on God, dude.
I'm not.
Biggest. Oh man, poser metal band to me would have been like. I just never was a big fan of Crocus.
See, there
like
you
they
go.
always tried to do like. They
Just
always
listen-
did like songs. They always did a lot of dumb cover songs, and they were terrible at them. Like they did Ballroom Blitz. Yeah, Crocus. I don't know. I
So
wish
he's
Ricky
listening.
was here.
He's listening to Crocus, is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, totally listen to Crocus.
Okay. All right. Hey, who you slamming?
Oh,
the door?
it's Jim Harbaugh. 100.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, it is.
He
100%.
deserves it too.
Yeah.
He 100% deserves it.
If there was like an all prick team, he would be the coach and the best player on the
Yeah, that whole story with it looks like the old ball coach got a little bit more zip than you.
Well, remember when he went the whole thing with Jim Schwartz when he went to shake hands?
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
did
yeah.
the whole pull him and hammer him in the arm thing, and Schwartz is like, "What in the hell?"
Yeah.
I mean, Harbaugh just is. Yeah, I mean, his own brother doesn't like him.
All right. This is the story that's coming out today. Jake Malooly from ESPN.com was talking about it. It's the Mascot Hall of Fame. In a small town of Whitting, Indiana, which is just a tiny village about a population just under 5,000 along the shore of Lake Michigan, there is a thing that's actually called the Mascot Hall of Fame. It started because of two things. One, the guy who for years was a Philadelphia fanatic was pushing to have this, and he got the idea of it because Do you guys remember the story of the sausage races in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
And Randall Simon, yeah, of the Pirates, stuck his bat out and hit one of them and knocked him over, and they ran into another one. Well, this guy, David Raymond, who was the Philadelphia Fanatic for years, his father was the coach for the University of Delaware for like 50 years. His father's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He saw that and was like, you know what? Too often they forget that there's people behind there. And there was a time where Simon was facing assault charges because there was a young lady in there. And he made like this weird like Bill of Rights thing and kind of had this fake march in Philadelphia, but there was like a lot of mascots that marched with him, and it was tongue in cheek, but it caught wind. So he was like, listen, we need to have something that's maybe like a Hall of Fame. Well, the mayor of this town, Whittier, Indiana, decided that he wanted to put it there. It's a quirky little town. They need tourism, and it's basically the most jobs there is from an oil refinery. And he decided that he was like, I'm in. Let's do this. So Raymond and him got the idea of doing this. He raised basically this museum 3 stories big, $18 million of taxpayer money. It did bring in a lot of tourism, and then COVID hit. So now it's just opening up. And so it got me thinking. We have a few minutes here, and got me thinking of if we did a mascot draft and where we would put him at if we're and it is the NBA playoffs, where we'd put him at for our shooting guard, our point guard, small forward, power forward, and center. And it does not matter at all what you put it, what order you go in. So, Adam, you can go first. We'll snake it, though.
All right. So I'm going with Sam the Minuteman.
Okay. Sam the Minuteman from down at Houston?
Yes.
Okay. And where are you putting him at?
I'm putting him at forward.
Small forward, power forward?
Power forward.
Okay. Sam the Minuteman. And why do you have Sam the Minuteman there?
He's a revolutionary guy. He's tough. He ain't screwing around. He's got one bullet. He's got to make it happen.
Barney Fife.
All right. Fair. T-Ray, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to take Lucky Leprechaun and put him at point guard from the
Boston Celtics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's a leprechaun. He's got to play point.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah. Where is mine at? I don't want that one. Where am I at? I will start with I'm taking, what is his name? The gorilla from the Phoenix Suns.
It's called the Suns Gorilla.
The Suns Gorilla. Yep. That dude. He's the one that first started doing the trampoline. Everything else.
No, he's good. Good pick. I had him right on my short list.
So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put him at. All right?
All right.
Hold tight here. Where am I at?
Well, he's a power forward. Yeah,
that's what I thought too, all right? So I'm taking the gorilla. Yeah. Okay. But I get 2.
You get 2.
Well, yeah, it's a snake.
Oh, all right.
Now I'm coming back with my center.
Okay.
All right. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm taking Wally, the green monster, at my center. He's a
Wally, the green monster.
From Boston, the Boston Red Sox.
All right. I thought we had to take NBA.
No, any mascot out there. He took Sam the Minuteman from the Houston Astros.
Oh, see, you got me all screwed up.
No one's screwed up at all. Nobody's screwed up. The Philly Fanatic is baseball. This is all mascots, buddy. It's an all mascot.
All mascot draft, but we're putting him in an NBA lineup. All right.
Yeah.
I thought I could only take NBA.
No.
Mascots. All right. Well, man, it sucks to be blonde.
He's my center because, he's a green monster. You're not getting over that.
All right. I'm with you.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you now.
Well, you threw me off.
All right, well, you're up. Do you need to take a break here and let Adam go?
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to be unsnaked out of this. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Now that I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Jay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. For my shooting guard, and this guy is known as a 6-gun shooter, I'm taking Rowdy from the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now that, I probably wouldn't have taken Lucky the Leprechaun if I'd have known that.
I do like that. Yeah, I like your analogy. The 6-gun shooter. Yeah, the shooting guard. That's good. Okay.
I'm going to go with Big Al from Alabama as my center.
Big Al.
Oh, wow.
Taking up some room in the
I was
paint.
thinking South Park, but all right.
Yeah.
Super.
And then,
Thanks for asking.
I'm coming back with my shooting guard, Pistol Pete from Oklahoma State.
That's a good one,
see,
yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
All right. On to me, huh?
Yeah. On to you.
I'm getting this guy before Foster can.
No.
Yeah. And he's going to be my small forward out of Iowa City, Iowa. Herky the Hawk.
Man, that's a good one. I was not on my board, but oh, mad.
You didn't have Herky on your board?
Small forward, huh?
Yeah.
I'm good. That's a good one. Darn it all. He's really good.
I know.
He can play all 5
now
positions.
You know why I'm excited that we have more than just NBA mascots.
He can play all 5 positions. That's a really good pick. He's like the Magic Johnson of this draft in the 3rd round. Hey, I'm taking as my point guard. I'm taking the OG, man.
Ooh.
San Diego Chicken.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't going to last long.
Yeah, that's definitely where it needs to be. And then,
So it's back to me?
No, it's me.
Oh, you got 2? All right, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, my mascots, where am I putting I'm back to the OG, a guy who will, from all over, you never know where it's coming from. He can score because you better keep your eyes on him. And it's the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah, he's
him and Tommy Lasorda had a little
that was one
scuffle
of my
in 1988. So.
All right, Jay. You
Yep,
thought you had the best center in the league, but I guarantee I do.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm taking the Stanford tree.
I had that on my
what's taller than a giant redwood? Don't come in my lane, bud.
That's good.
But he never leaves.
yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Adam for 2.
All right, I'm going to go with Sparty as my guard.
Oh, man.
I think he's got the smarts, the brain. And then I'm going to go with...
Is that your point guard? Or?
Yeah, that's my point guard.
Okay.
And then for my last pick... no, I got 2 more. I'll go with Orbit.
Orbit?
Yep.
Which one's Orbit?
Orbit is...
That's the Houston Rockets?
The Astros.
So who's the Minuteman guy?
Minuteman is...
That's the Patriots.
Yes, that's Patriots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know that's my fault. I was...
Gotcha. Okay. All right, so Sam the Minuteman is your what?
He's my power forward.
Power forward, okay. And then Big Al's your center. Pistol Pete your shooting guard. And then Sparty's your point guard. Yep. And then rounding it up with, final thing is Orbit.
Yep.
Okay, Orbit. That's your... Where am I at here? That would be your small forward? No. What is it? What's Orbit?
Orbit, I put him as my small forward. But...
Okay. Gotcha. All right. T-Roy?
Well, I got 2 right here. If we do a 6-man, I would take one of them, but this is it. At my power forward, Stuff the Magic Dragon for the Orlando Magics.
Okay. That's pretty good. I like that. Get a dragon in there. And it's what was he at?
Power forward.
Okay.
I mean, I got some heat in my paint, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I got to round it out with this. And it's going to be my my small forward. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Going Benny the Bull.
Yep.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
It's a very good pick.
There's so many out there.
I know.
Are. You know,
yeah.
Bucky Badger's still out there.
Yep. The Florida Gator.
Yeah. What I was thinking too, like if we did this to all mascots, I mean, another great center would be the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah.
Power forward, the Michelin
mascot
Man.
or a logo?
He's a mascot. He talks. Michelin Man. He'd be a good power forward. I mean, and then you could take Snap, Crackle, and Pop and round out your lineup right there.
Have you ever seen anyone outside of a Halloween costume dressed as the Jolly Green Giant and the Michelin Man? Like
No.
are they outside tire things? And they're like, oh, they're the Michelin. Come see the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, back in the day.
Maybe.
What about Kool-Aid Man?
Oh yeah.
There's your power forward. Yeah. Tony the Tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Exactly.
He's got a complex, so he's hard to coach.
Where do you put Mr. Clean?
He would be hard to coach.
Where do you put Mr. Clean in your lineup?
Oh,
he's a coach.
He's a player coach.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Yeah,
he's Michael Jordan in the Wizards.
I was going to say Ronald McDonald, but he's just a clown.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. Adam, thank you so much for texting me and agreeing to come in today. It's been awesome. A lot of fun. T-Roy, good conversation again as always.
I try my best.
Yep. Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. We will see you guys later. Get out. Go to a park. Go to Hidden Hills.
It's going to be warm.
Yep. Have a great time. We will see you soon.
Peace.
ESPN 1170 AM. Don't ask us.